Testing again. Test, test, test. Okay, that sounds good. How's it going, ladies and ladettes? Today we'll be playing Gone Home. Now I have played this game before, but then I realised I've never made a video on it. And it's pretty cool, so I'm going to. Quick premise, you're an older sister who's come home from staying away, and you find that the house is empty when your little sister is supposedly meant to be home. Basically figure out what's happened along the way. It's a pretty cool experience. You can finish the game in like 2 minutes if you avoid the story, but we're going to go through the story because it's nice. Explores sexuality as well.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Good on home. June 7th, 1995, 1:15 AM. So we've currently arrived home. Jeez, what else is okay. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see, but it is impossible. Please, please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. So Sam is the little sister. What's our name? Our name is Caitlin. So. There's a key. So that's us.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
So yeah, the story is basically told from Sam. Caitlin doesn't speak during the whole thing, or anymore. And you just find things around the game, and Sam will speak to you. So this is where we went during Sam. Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see his new house. Call him back. So that's what the dad said, I think, maybe. Hey, Mum. And then she replies with, Mum, Daniel was a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hang out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport, so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay. So, I'm not going to be talking as much during this, letting it play. But basically what was happening then, to my understanding, is the first two messages were from Sam's significant other. Not Sam. I'm pretty sure, because obviously they were referring to Sam in it, obviously. But the last one was Caitlin. The one that we heard at the start. So here's Sam, Mum, Dad, and then us, Caitlin. And don't worry, it's not a horror game. It's scary. It's nothing scary. Hey, it's one of the postcards I sent. Hi Mom, Dad, and Sam. I'm in Paris. I've done many Parisan things, include eating, what's that, Le Petit Déjeuner, and wearing a bonnet. What is that? I don't know. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. I can't speak. Sam, I'm bringing you back something from the Shakespeare Book Company. Since you are my favourite sister, love you all, Katie. Mom, Dad, and Sam. 1 Amber Hill. Weird. Boone County or blah, blah, blah. USA. Oscar Doc Massan. Oscar Massan, 60, of Boone County, died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Massan was born on September 8, 1933 in a house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He obtained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County to practice. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. His service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 p.m. All are welcome. The survivors include his nephew, Terence Greenbrier, as well as in spirit the people of Boone County to whom he provided wellness and comfort. So I think that's the old owner of the house. Is that Sam? Maybe that's us. That doesn't look like us. Welcome, new student. We hope that you're excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School, so as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you on your first day of classes so that you can get right into the swing of things. 1:35. Okay, that's basically bring stuff. Please remember to get plenty of sleep tonight before and be ready for the first bell to ring at 8 a.m. See you soon, and again, welcome.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
So that was obviously Sam's first day of school. So this is a note I found. Hey, are you the new girl, Sam? I'm Tommy. I'm at the back behind you, behind you. Wave if you get this and right back. Okay, so this is what happened in class. Hi, Tommy. Yes, I'm Samantha, and yes, I'm new. What's up? I just thought since you're new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends either, and so I thought I'd ask something if you don't mind. Do you mind? No, I don't mind. What did you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho? Does it run in the family? What? What's up? I wonder why isn't that many fucking friends. Okay. So, the man was related to us, obviously. That was our uncle, I assume. Then, according to that. Terrence, okay. I don't think this is actually useful. Basically, the electricity in here sucks. Killing of JFK. John Russell opened his eyes and saw them, the stars, twinkling as if he were laying on the grass in his family's yard in Massachusetts. Even though that place was a million miles away, no. He blinked to sleep. He blinked to sleep from his eyes, looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass of the space station Archimedes. Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk. Despite not having touched a drop in hours, he vomited onto his feet. His bare feet. He started for a moment. Processing his sick flecked toenails, scanning up his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fiber tunic. The fabrics that strained at the seams to contain her generous bosom was emblazoned with the phrase "Matter Transference Operator." Thorn, he paused out. John Russell had crossed the gap in time. Only messages had passed before, but now. Oh man. Now and man. They needed him. Now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the council had been clear. What to procure. What to construct from it. How to assemble it, so he made the machine. This is very weird. How to transport him bodily across time. And now he stood, there on the bridge of the starship Archimedes. Commander of the vessel. Because only he who had saved the president's life twice before could help the naive crew to their destiny, the fate of the galaxy. That started getting a lot of bad. So. Combination lasted. Okay, backfire. Okay. Oh, they say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD/CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneers seem to share this particularly. Nice. You can do better. Okay. I can do better. Zeros. What does that sound like? Just kind of looks like. A stranger under my roof. Dear Terrence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non-circuitous from the useful copy of our heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theatre Africanado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations of your childhood. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be writing this letter. I'd just be cutting you loose. There's tons of guys half your age who would take half your rate to write stuff I could actually use. But David's known you for a long time and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for the patience and generosity. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everyone will be happy. Brent. So Dad, not having a lot of fun. 3, 4, 5. Gosh, Dad. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. this one? 7, 0. Dear Mr. Mason, please find and enclose your original document and a typed copy for your records. The notarized copy has been filed at our offices. Thank you for entrusting our firm with this important matter. Will and Testament. I, Oscar Mason, possessing full competence of mind and memory, and after a full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this document my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. 1. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. Oh, this is the uncle. 2. I declare that I have no outstanding debts to money. Maybe that other thing was his uncle as well. To any creditors living or dead. 3. I do hereby bequeath every item of value of which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at Arbor Hill, as well as any and all personal property and modded accounts. To my nephew, Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. He then just said Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. should predecease me, and then in such event, the bequests to him shall fall and the same as bequeathed to his children, as ordered by the age and competence as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will this 13th day of August 1973. Signed, Oscar Mason. So that was him writing it, but it's just in better form. Okay. So that's why they're here now. Obviously he was pretty rich, he was a book writer, had his life. But it snapped. Right. Around the house you find necessities to play music that I think Sam's actually made. So yeah, Sam's made those mixtapes, but I'm not going to play anything. The X-Files. Very nice. Nothing of interest. Hi Terry, enclosed please find a Pioneer unit with remote and cables. We need a half-page review for the October issue. So that gives you about 2 weeks to give us a copy for edit. Standard stuff like you gave us the it's a combi player, so check its CD playback with a few discs as well as laser disc, and they want us to definitely hit the signal to noise ratio and toes link stuff for higher end buyers. Looking forward to your take on it, enjoy the unit. So yeah, I think the dad tests out software and all that. Like he gets products early and gives his like a review on them before they're released. Basically. Terry, hey man, how you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at Hi-Fi, Aficionado, but my editor review work to go around, and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. You were saying in your cast letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher for your latest work of literature. And writing stereo reviews is dead simple. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write up how it sounds, and then get paid. I've included some issues of the image to use as examples. If you're interested, send some samples to my editor and tell him your old college, something, Mike sent you. Here's the address. Do it, Mike. Do it. What's that book Dad wrote? The Heaven at the Edge of the World, Samantha Greenbrier grades. Story, The Turtle People, Part 1. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever. So it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled. I thought we lost him at the Horse Island. The first mate said, looks like you thought too soon. The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out of the deck of the black ship and yelled at the Captain Allegra. Yarr, never gonna find the edge. Thar ain't no paradise and your father were a liar. Captain Allegra yelled back. Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile? The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. Let's go. So Sam's an arty person. His mum's old work. March 8th, 1976. Dear Mr. Greenbrier, I wrote to inform you that unfortunately Mercury Books will be unable to publish your follow-up to The Accidental Pariah. Despite the low sales of The Accidental Savior, we went ahead with your publication of the second book and hoped of the John Russell series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than those of the first, and so our stewardship of the series must end here. It has been a pleasure working as your publisher, and we wish you and John Russell the best in your future endeavours. So, we've failed from our time.
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd be
Ventral Cycle, another one. The early morning of September 1st, 1939, Essa Glatz stares at the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Wylam in Poland. As the train rolls along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her own Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. As this train approaches its destination, her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. As Essa steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. And there, her dear Boris, still in his baker's smock. He must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of the steam engines, a deep hum grows. If coming from the sky, dark shadows pass over the station, a whistling sound. Essa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bomb, reaches out toward her dear Boris as across the crowd. Their eyes lock at the moment it freezes. The flash and smoke envelops him almost instantly. In the assault by German forces, almost 75% of the people in her hometown are killed. The rest, including Essa, and for a time Boris lived huddled in half destroyed church. He is blind, his legs are missing, bandaged with torn bedsheets, as his egg will not be meeting a sperm, he sobs. About 2 weeks later, Boris loses his grip on life. Essa's given up her rations to keep Boris alive, but in the end, nothing can save him. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. Essa vows to survive. She sets off to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. See, that's a very good one. And I want to keep that playing, that's pretty jazzy. So let me make sure that I can hear myself. Okay. Hi Lonnie, so if you want to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. You're home too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can meet in the parking lot after 6. After 6? Okay. Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there. Then I'm going to kick your butt. Get ready. And pretty cool drawing. So Samantha wrote that. She wants to see... Who was it, sorry? L. That's the... Yeah, so...
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
So, Lorne is Sam's significant other. Soon to be. And this is a note Sam left for Katie telling that something is. So now we're done at this side of the house. Ah, yeah, so this is the house. Basement. Oh, you can leave the basement later on, can't you? Pretty sure. Oh, yeah, it closes over time randomly. And it's a little scary. When you're at the house, you'll just hear things close randomly. It's like, okay. Directions to work something from home. To work from new home. Okay. What's that, Mums? Dear Dan, it's no good to hear. Oh, it's so good to hear from you again. Fuck, I can't wait to do it. Here we go. Oldest new house business sounds like quite the adventure. Remember the little down room we shared freshman years when we were miserably fantasizing about our dream homes? I always said and wanted a mansion. You said you just wanted a house in the woods. Look who got both. Somebody up there like you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some lotto numbers. I'll play them, obviously. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split loved we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We just got new tiny blah blah. Jealous yet? Let me know if you ever want to trade places. So, how are the girls doing? Has Katie left on her big Europe adventure yet? Speaking of jealous, right back soon. I miss you, Rumi. Carol. Interesting. Way too hard to read. It should not have been that hard. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. I feel like, yeah, basically they were doing a controlled fire thing, and their mum was in charge of it. That's all. I think that's very nice. To aid in the upcoming described burn, blah blah blah. Okay, nothing really interesting either with that. For Sam. What must have made for?
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know. I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
So that would be this. Oh, oh wait, is it empty? Oh, it's empty. So the cassette tapes around here somewhere. Here it is. So Laurel made this for Sam.
Yeah, we're so cool. We're so cool, yeah. Fuck you
That's
too.
just some
Cool,
Nintendo moves.
I don't wanna sit around and talk about the weather. We're such a good old day. I don't wanna wonder if you're gonna say hello. I don't wanna wonder if you're gonna walk away. I don't wanna hear how many friends you have. I don't have any anymore. I don't want you to tell me what's so cool. I don't wanna go back to
Chapter 2, Fraying Threads, King's Labyrinth. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended a single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable, thanks to the enchanted moss that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance, further into the labyrinth. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into the words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked in the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth outwardly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below, skeletal in rotted robes. The king was hunched over the blue orb topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced in the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, poured into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase, I think it's like hanged, pretty much, hewn from the rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you?" The first mate interrupted. "No, I'm smaller and quicker. You know I'm dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on the merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invisible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." First mate shook her head. "No. You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tried the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across at the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait. No. The singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out to do anything to stop the first mate from running head first into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran, summoning his undead power. The king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply. Its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Wow, that's very nice. Okay. Some info. S is for special, A is for adorable, M is for merry, A is for affectionate, N is for nice, T is for thoughtful, H is for honest, A is for ad. What did that say? Man, Sam had these in like 4th grade. would definitely conflict with her sexuality. Sam, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you. So that would be the teacher that was overviewing her writing. English creative writing, 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship for the first year at Reed. That's pretty good. But she obviously did not take that. But would have been an option for her. So that's inside. Grab Steggy, Sally. I forgot how to get the password. I know there's a way. I'll remember it soon enough. Oh. Oh. Oh, I was gonna say.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Interesting. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction after school? At the Coliseum. It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it. So either it's good or we can make fun of him for liking it. So I'm going to assume that Laurie was the one that sent that, and then this would be Sam's reply. My mum is supposed to cook dinner for us? Question mark. Tonight for a night for change. I don't know. But I can just ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be really violent? Am I going to bath? According to Todd, it is pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd's urgent to see it again. 7:15, okay? Don't bath. Alright, see you then. Bath. Very nice. Bath. Oh. There's nothing I don't hate. Yeah, this is the parents' room. Sure. Nice. That was just a lovely condom, if you can tell. I don't really feel like some paranormal shit right now, so... Imagine. Dear Dan, oh honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our own down periods, but it'll become a bit of a way of life actually. You'll get used to each other. You live your own lives in the same house, the kids grow up, they go away. I'm sorry this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Tomorrow, Terry will get over whatever's distracting him. Things will go back to normal. Yeah. I think that's... And as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime though, this controlled burn. That sounds like quite the adventure. But let's cut to the chase. This new ranger they want, that's what I want to hear about. I think. Ranger Rick? You have to be kidding me. It's too perfect. You hate to tell me you have to tell me everything. And send pictures. I want the whole package. Wait, that's the end of everyone. Keep your chin up until Terry is out of his slump. And in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. Carol. So I think that was addressed to the mum. Take your time. I'm glad to have it in good hands. Rick. Definitely put it back then. Ugh. After. Let's let the faucet in this other room going still, I think. Just gonna turn it off. Hang on. What's down here? Damn. Okay. Katie. Mum and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came on such short notice that they weren't around to do that to it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sighting journal. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall when I rounded the corner. No one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? No, I was not wearing my glasses. A faint noise coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello, did not investigate. Probably was the fence. Poured milk from the carton in fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirit can sour milk. It was just bought yesterday. Also goes back. Lonnie says she feels a presence in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. Would a protective pillow felt? Lonnie and I employ a Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remained unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably leaky roof. Probably due to leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 AM. All in all, a successful night. Journal there? Stuff. Nice paint.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Sweet. library, I noticed something in the corner, and I found secret place. What's just creepy old stuff? Oh my gosh, I have to go see this question. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. A bit creepy too. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbrier, am 17 years old and am therefore an independent, fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compare with Katie, who is only 3 years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own like a human being. And since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter, Samantha. Sam, stop leaving every damn light in the house on. You're as bad as your sister. Oh. Okay. Then you could again here. Something with these. It's no, it does. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. I probably won't be able to figure out the codes that I think I can't bother remembering it. So, sorry. Now, from here, I feel like I've checked every room. So I'm gonna cheat. And I know there's like a secret panel here. Yeah. That's actually very creepy.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Hello, hello, yeah. What did I just pick up? Yeah, so it's 0 something. I forgot where you find the other half. It's somewhere. But it's not important, it gives us one more bit of dialogue. But anyway, this will be the ending. Once we go into the attic. I love this shot here. It's just, I don't know. It's, you know, a long corridor down to the finale. Here we go. I won't speak for this.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
So anyway, Sam ran away with Lori. So basically, Lori had to move away. Art school. What area? I guess he ran away with Lori. After being alone for exploring, they get a connection, start dating. Lori moves away. Sam's pretty sad about all that kind of stuff, so she decides why not go with her. There's a letter you can find which basically says Lori asks Sam to come back, so she does. I'm sure Lori sees this. Yeah. But anyway, that's it. Let's wait for this to finish. Sam plus Lori. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. That was Gone Home. And bye-bye.